Big Brother, where are all the girls with the classes this season? Hey guys, welcome back to Big Brother 16 recap. My name is Sid Cam, and I'm here to tell you about Thursday's Part 2 premiere of Big Brother 16. So, Part 2 of Season 16's premiere introduced us to 8 new house guests, in addition to the 8 that were on the first premiere episode. And we had Victoria, the girl from Israel who's a photographer. We have Caleb, who is a metrosexual cowboy, as he referred to himself as. We have Brittany, who is a mom of 3 and recently single. We have Christine, who is a Big Brother fanatic. She wears glasses, she's got tattoos, she's a barista. She likes to hang out at her house naked. We have Derek the cop. We have Zach, who is currently unemployed, said he recently graduated college, and that pretty much anyone and everyone irritates him. Then we have Jocasta, who is a minister. And then we have Hayden, who is the kind of typical, stereotypical Southern California beach bum hippie guy type. Even though he says he doesn't surf, he actually drives a pedicab. Who knew? So some of the first impressions that we got from a couple of the house guests. First off, Caleb is totally checking out Amber. And then Hayden made a very interesting observation about some of the house guests who were already in the house previously, about how Devin looked like The Rock, how Cody looked like John Travolta, and how Amber looked like Whitney Houston. So you're definitely catching on to something there, Hayden. I think Big Brother has a type, and it may be people who look like famous people. I don't know, just a thought. Poor Nicole is over there just looking super uncomfortable with all these new people in the house. She's kind of like mild and timid and just kind of like sitting in the corner and kind of chuckling at people's stuff that she's overhearing, but not super outgoing and out there like some of the other house guests are. Definitely polar opposite from someone like Victoria, who one of the first things she says, or at least one of the first things we see her saying in the diary room, is that she is most definitely the hottest girl there. No doubt about it. Please, girl. You're not fooling anybody. No. And so they sit down and start introducing themselves to everybody, and Derek comes out and says that he's a Parks and Rec coordinator. So he's already lying about what his profession is, and I guess we'll find out if people end up finding out what his real profession is, and if that gets him into trouble, if it's better off for him to have people not know that he's a cop now and possibly find out about it later, or if he should have just come out with it to begin with. I guess we'll see how that plays out for him. And then we've got Donnie, who's just like, I don't remember no names from nobody. I was having a hard time remembering the 8 names for the people who came into the house with me. Probably even forgot his own name, for all we know. And then just starts making cricket noises. I don't want them to say Donnie's good at the game. I want them to say, man, that Donnie is funny. We see Victoria and Frankie start a little bond, and talking about if she could potentially win the first head of household competition that the second group of 8 are going to participate in, and that maybe, depending on how the twist works, if it's possible for them to work together, perhaps. Then we see Caleb and Pow Pow having a little bit of a conversation, a little powwow, if you wouldn't say. And Pow Pow's feeling a little bit intimidated by Caleb, which is understandably so, because he's definitely a very somewhat intimidating guy, I guess you would say. He definitely looks like he's hardcore and definitely here to play, for sure. Strong guy. He definitely tells her, like, yeah, there's not a chance that I'm going to throw this competition for HOH, and I want to get out the big players. And We go into the honeycomb room where there's some folks hanging out in there, and we see Zach and Frankie having a conversation. Frankie talking about how he went to college down in Florida at this one school, and Zach's like, oh yeah, I know that school. I know the type of people that go to that school. And Frankie's like, you don't know me. Don't act like you know me. So I think there's another potential clash there. And then we have Hayden just totally kind of looking in on the interaction between Zach and Frankie and thinking to himself, hey man, like, don't piss off the person who has power in the house. Like, you're not playing a very good game here. Just play it cool, man. Zach even saying something to Frankie like, you're the most Broadway person I've ever seen. It's like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? Heck if I know. So at this point in time, Julie brings all the house guests back out to the living room and explains to the remaining 8 house guests who have just recently come in that they're going to compete for head of household, and that one of them will also be head of household in addition to Frankie, but that at the end of the week only one head of household will be left in power. So the head of household competition is called Over the Coals. They have to hold on to this rotating spit over a thing of coals, which is, like, not real coals, but you know what I'm trying to say. Pretty much all of the girls fall out first. We've got Victoria, Brittany, Jocasta, and then Christine. Then the guys, Zach pretty much throws it. Again, I'm hoping that some of these players improve on their throwing it skills, because it doesn't look completely convincing that he just accidentally fell off. Then after Zach falls off, he's followed by Derek and then Hayden. And so that leaves us with Caleb as our second HOH. And this guy is a beast. I mean, he's just like, at certain points in time, when it's just him and Hayden left over, Hayden's like really struggling to stay on. But Caleb's like holding on by one arm, and he's like stretching his other arm out, and he's like flicking his leg out and scratching his head and just like acting like, no, yeah, I got this, whatever. How you doing over there, Hayden? Yeah, you doing okay, buddy? Uh-huh, okay. Frankie says, man, that guy is a lion, and I'm going to be his trainer. So then we find out about nominations. Each head of household will nominate 2 people. Those 2 people, or those 2 sets of people, will compete in a competition called the Battle of the Block. Whoever's 2 teams, or 2 people from each team, wins that Battle of the Block competition will actually dethrone their head of household that nominated them. So it should be interesting to kind of see how this plays out. I'm sort of wondering if it's possible that head of household is going to nominate people that they think will not compete well against the other team, or if they're going to try to convince people on their team, whoever they nominate, to throw the competition so that they can stay in power. It should be interesting to see kind of how that all plays out this summer, and just how that twist is going to come into play when nominations are selected, and how the competitions are actually going to be competed in. You know, will the head of household be convincing enough to have their people that they've nominated actually throw the competition for them, or will they be concerned about their own safety and actually compete and say, screw you, man, like, I'm here to save myself, not play for you. So I'm excited to kind of see how this particular twist works out this season. So at the very end of the episode, Julie tells us about the Team America twist, which is America actually having involvement in the game, and we find out who the first person in Team America is, because there's going to be 3 people as part of Team America, and the first person that America had selected to be a part of Team America was Joey. And I was actually kind of surprised that it was Joey. I was totally expected to be Frankie, because, you know, everybody knows, like, oh, you know, kind of what happened last season with Alyssa and Rachel being her sister and kind of having influence there. And you think, well, okay, Frankie has his sister being Ariana Grande, you know, may have some influence in America selecting him to do things just based off of popularity. And he's also a YouTube personality as well, so that may play a factor in who America selects to be doing whatever when it comes to votes and that sort of thing coming from the viewers. But it was actually Joey who was selected to be the first member of Team America. Team America will be a 3-person alliance who will go through and do secret missions that are assigned to them throughout the game. And for each secret mission that they accomplish, each of the members in the team will receive $5,000. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out, what kind of missions they're going to be given, how well the 3 people will work together that America selects. I'm kind of curious to see, because it looks like there will be another person that they'll be revealing as Team America coming up here shortly in one of the next couple of episodes. So it should be interesting to see if America kind of like picks people that they think Joey will work well with, or if they're going to kind of muck it up a little bit and pick people that may not work so well together, which would make it kind of fun and interesting. So I'm curious to see how that works out. If you've watched Big Brother this Thursday and went on and voted for somebody for Team America, who did you vote for to be a part of Team America? Tell me in the notes in the comments down below. And we're looking forward to this upcoming episode on Sunday, where we will find out who the first nominees will be of the season. So until next time, and as always, expect the unexpected.